Okay, so I had someone comment on my older video asking a little question. I'm guessing this guy is new to Marxism Leninism. And, this is from CR space CE, and he asked the question: when you say Marxist Leninist, do you mean Marxism and Leninism mixed together, or do you mean Stalinism, which is often called Marxism Leninism? From what I can see, this is a great far left forum, as you don't offer just one view and allow others to present theirs. This promotes debate and activity in the socialist movement, and we need more of it. Now, this guy is off. I can really just guess that this guy doesn't really know much about Marxism Leninism based on the comment, which is fine. Um, in which that I'm also probably going to do more podcasts talking about Marxism, Leninism whenever I get the time, because I'm usually reading or writing something. I'm writing a paper addressed to the Party for Socialism and Liberation at the moment, and yeah. So he asked basically, when you say Marxism, Leninism, do you mean Marxism and Leninism combined together? What Marxism, Leninism is Marxist Leninist theory is Lenin's take on Marxism, where he applied his own ideas that fit in with Marxism, that fit in and aren't revisionist, and he fit them in, and basically from there, it created Marxism Leninism, which at the time was called Bolshevikism. Yeah, and he asked this. And he also asked, do I mean Stalinism? And Stalinism is Marxism-Leninism, despite what Trotskyists would have you think. If you look at a video done by Marxist-Leninist propaganda / Marxist-Leninist theory, he states that Lenin agreed with the socialism one theory thing, which Trotskyists would say that he agreed with permanent revolution. Now, I can see where he's coming from. He's probably very new to the Marxist movement. Of course, we all were at one point. I like to call this first-day Leninist syndrome, as coined by an old commenter on one of my older videos. And he just has this, and it's good that we give people the medicine, or just by just outright talking to them and explaining to them what Marxism-Leninism really is. Not this revisionist BS like Delta USA the Red has, where he talks about national communism, which is basically a bullshit ideology on so many levels. Yeah, and again, Marxism-Leninism is essentially Lenin's take on Marxism. Now, I have become increasingly Hoxhaist, although I wouldn't really call myself a Hoxhaist. I just call myself a Leninist. But in the sense that really I'm very anti-revisionist, and I do kind of see Mao's take on it somewhat revisionist. I will make a video of this later in a later podcast, but he talks about making peace with the capitalists. In my opinion, that is where I draw the line, and I question your ideas as a Marxist. It's very revisionist. And anyways, I have some other great announcements. Let's see. I'm going to have, at the end of each month, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set up a ask.fm account. And basically, you can ask me any question. You can set up an account or ask anonymously. And you can ask me any question. At the end of the month, I will answer those questions. And I'll do this regularly. And the whole idea is to create fan engagement. I'm also still looking for more contributors to the Red Scare TV channel. I know I do act as the main brainchild of this, which was my whole intention at the start, is that I knew there needed to be a central figure in all of this, because when I saw what was it, the Path for Progress, I knew there was going to be an internal split between the main leaders of that and between the radical left, leaders and, surprisingly, yes, the anarchists, between the radical left leaders and the liberals. And of course, something like this carried on into Workers Youth United, the split off from a path for progress, and that was that there was no one to make sure that everything ran as scheduled. And whenever it was whenever someone tried to enforce that, no one listened to it, because we also had some mental anarchism going on in there, coming off of the anarchists. So I'm basically what keeps this channel alive. So I kind of also, this is kind of acting as my own personal channel, and it is my own pet project, I guess. Yes, it is my pet project. But yeah, so ask me any questions. I need more people to make videos. So one of two ways you can do that. Preferably, just send me an email with the raw file with mason.steiner@outlook.com, or email me the link to that video. Make sure it's unlisted so that no one else can see it, and it's an RSTV exclusive. I've had people who put it on their channel and they forget to make it unlisted, and I usually I don't feature it because it's already on their channel and it's gained enough views that what would on mine. So yeah, that's all I have for now. I will be doing ideological reviews of Marxism, and maybe even libertarianism, or taking on libertarian heroes or anarcho-capitalist heroes. Basically, they're the same thing. Like Murray Rothbard, Ayn Rand, or Ayn Rand, whichever one you prefer, and Margaret Thatcher. And actually, I'm thinking about making a good video on Margaret Thatcher real soon. So look out for that. And as always, peace out, comrades.